go across to Upton Park, where the team's already on the field for the First Division game between West Ham and Arsenal. Let's check on the two teams. West Ham without Billy Bonds and Trevor Brooking, now with Keith Coleman filling the number 4 spot, Billy Jennings getting the number 10 shirt. Coleman will be playing at the back, McDowell will be playing in midfield.
Another free kick to West Ham. Not taken from exactly the right spot, but near enough, and obviously the spirit of the game, so Gordon Kew saw, was that West Ham should reap some advantage from it, so he allowed it to be taken. Good to see. Robson. West Ham's throw. Kevin Locke to Keith Robson. Locke again. Hit in first time and hit in well. Billy Jennings right in there. Taylor there! Goal given! No, offside. Is it offside? No, it's a goal. Well, Pat Rice having a word with the linesman and the referee ordering him away. Alan Taylor, the scorer. The goal given, I'm bound to say, to me, he looks suspiciously offside. And it's something we'll have to look at much more closely as the ball came in, nodded down by Billy Jennings, and he'd already made his move then at Taylor and whacked it past Rimmer. Irving Day with the goal kick for West Ham. Keith Robson, Alan Taylor, good ball again. Oh, well, he's playing some balls, this Alan Taylor. Oh, and that was nearly a superb goal by Robson. Lovely ball played by Alan Taylor, pattern pouncing and hitting the early ball in low, and Robson made enormous ground to get there with a diving header that went wide. Dow, good throw. Robson, good backward header. Jennings trying to climb for it. Oh, and a good save there. And a very good one indeed by Rimmer from Billy Jennings. Jennings hit that one well. Rimmer couldn't have seen it to the very last, but still managed to get in the way again. Tommy Taylor to Keith Robson. Ball getting in there. Hasn't had quite the influence on this game, Alan Ball, that he had on last week's. But there's Armstrong, with the ball played through, nicely weighted there for Frank Stapleton, and now for Brian Kidd. This looks better for Arsenal. Getting a good cross in as well. And Brady, oh, and a great save. Lovely move there by Arsenal. Kidd swinging that ball in from the right. And West Ham's defence was always under pressure as it finally came out from Brady, guided it, and a brilliant save by Day.
But of course the major controversial point of the whole game was that West Ham winning goal scored by Alan Taylor. Why was that one allowed? Well, as Kevin Locke crosses it and Billy Jennings rises so superbly in that Arsenal penalty area, watch Alan Taylor. Clearly there, it seems, in an offside position, and it would seem that Arsenal's protests were justified. Taylor, as becoming so familiar now for West Ham fans, cracking that past Jimmy Rimmer for a goal that proved to be the winner. But as we look at it again from another angle, let's look at something else now. As Keith Robson plays that ball for Kevin Locke, I want you to watch this time the referee, and I'm wondering if there was a suspicion of doubt in his mind about Alan Taylor being in an offside position, because as Billy Jennings rises here, even before the ball is in the net, watch the referee now. It seems to me that the whistle is in his mouth, as though he suspects that there is something wrong with it, but the goal was given, and I think it's worth looking yet again from that same angle behind the goal, because I think you can find something else that might suggest that after all it could have been a valid goal. And it is as Kevin Locke crosses the ball, whether or not George Armstrong, who is challenging him, puts everybody else onside. Here we come now. Here's Kevin Locke about to cross the ball. Watch George Armstrong challenging him now, and I'm wondering if the momentum of George Armstrong there takes him near enough to the byline to suggest that even though the ball comes into the centre here and Billy Jennings, as we've seen before, heads it on, whether Armstrong is perhaps near enough that byline to have played Alan Taylor onside. That's the only clue that I can think, and I'm not at all sure that it will entirely satisfy the Arsenal fans, but I think that that might suggest that the goal was a valid one. I'm quite sure that Alan Ball and company would disagree with that.